Hello and welcome to the 6-month Duda review. I've been using Duda for the last 6 months and built 4 different websites with it in various niches, and I thought I would share my take on it and let you know what I think, see if it's something that you're interested in. Let me know if you've had experience with Duda before and what you think about it down below. If I've missed anything in the video, be sure to let me know. Otherwise, let's get into it. So, right here on the Duda.co, they very blatantly say who they are targeting. So if you're a freelancer, if you do web design as an agency, any of those types of services, you're going to want to look at Duda for if you're wanting to scale up and you're kind of hitting the bottleneck of WordPress, getting tired of updating it, managing WordPress sites. I know it seems like it's a recurring cash cow. But it can be kind of a pain to be managing sites when you just want to be designing them, creating copy for them, whatever it is that you personally like doing. Something that you'll notice is that they have a client management platform which allows you to have a dashboard with all of your sites, and you can easily add different users to each site and give different access points, so you can have them as an editor, as an admin, or I believe there's a few other roles as well. Let's just dive into the editor here. So I have built the rank and rent website for the Medford, Oregon painters on Duda, along with my personal portfolio, or Severian Web Studios portfolio, and a client's website along with my girlfriend and business partner, her cross-stitching business. So 2 different e-commerce platforms, a service, and a rank and rent lead generation site. So let's go ahead and look at the editor here. And something that I really liked about Duda is the simplicity of just adding things and easily seeing the changes that are being made. So it's a drag and drop interface, so you can easily hover over things to change. The header, you can make it so that it shows the header on every page, or you can make it so that you don't have it showing on certain pages if you want a landing page, but this will carry over onto every page. They also have a really nifty tablet viewer and mobile phone editor. Something about the mobile phone editor is actually, when you're in the mobile view, you can edit certain things to only be like this in the mobile version. So if we go here to, let's select this button here. So this button is only on the text, only on the mobile device. Is that not actually on the desktop device? If you notice that. Here we say get a quote, which takes you to the contact page, but on the mobile view we have click to call. So that's something that's really cool, is the ability to customize your mobile experience while making it so that it's a seamless transition as you scale up and down. But having that mobile editor can also be a little bit of a hindrance at times when you are trying to set specific things and you're not sure if it's only going to edit the mobile version or the desktop version. The desktop and tablet get edited together, and then the mobile gets edited separately. But for example, if we were to go to design and site background, and if you wanted to have a background per page, this would only change the effects on desktop and tablet. So you would select your image or color for all your pages, and then you'd have to go to mobile view and do the same thing there. So that can be kind of cumbersome when you have to go through everything and make sure it looks good. Obviously it's something you'll see as you're testing everything out in the browser. Speaking of testing things out, they have a nice preview button which allows you to see it similar mobile, also Android, and if you want to rotate it to see what it looks like sideways, and then you can also view them all together. Where's the cell phone? Oh, this thing's acting up a little bit, huh? There we go. So that's really nice to be able to just see everything all together there, and you can quickly see what your site is looking like. Now, as far as SEO is concerned, they do have everything that you need. So you go to the gear, you can hit SEO, and this is basically like what Yoast SEO, the plugin for WordPress, has. I mean, it's basically baked in here. Same thing as Squarespace, really. And you can change the page title. If you want to have no index for some reason, you can do the page description, even page keywords, which seems kind of odd because it's not really necessary anymore. Your social image, and then if you want to add any header HTML or JavaScript, you can do that there. And then you can also set the image, the alt image text. So as you're adding images, every image that you add will have this little section over here. You can edit the image. You can change how it's positioned. If you want to have a link to it, the title of the image, your description of the image, and then the alt text of the image, and also description. So it's really nice that they give you all the options to be able to give every meta description that is available to your image that you upload. Now let's get to the templates that they have to offer here. So this is something that I was really impressed with. They have templates for just about every category you can think of. They're constantly adding new ones. I think this personal trainer one was only added just a couple months ago. And you can like easily see what they look like on different platforms, different devices. So they have a lot to choose from here. And the nice thing is they actually are filled out a fair bit, unlike some templates. So let's just look, for example, at let's say that your services, and you want to be doing, I'm trying to see one that I used here. Well, this is actually one that I used for Severian Web Studio, if you can believe it. So you can easily preview it, and then you can go ahead and start creating your site. And so you can actually play around with creating a site for free, and you won't pay until you actually go to make the site live. So that's a nice feature that they let you test it out. You know, so I encourage you to check it out, you know, play around with it, see if it feels intuitive to you, see if there's any limitations that you need to be aware of for your specific project. So they recently updated the text editor, but what's annoying is that you have to go in, and every time that you go into the text block, you have to say update text block. And I'm surprised that it's even making me do that here on a brand new template. I guess it's not brand new, but you'd think they would update it. So see, I need to update this text editor, and I don't really know what all that entails. I mean, you know, it's a different design, but on a few of the websites I have not gone in and updated all of them because I'm not, that seems really tedious. Like, I don't want to have to update every single text box or block or widget, as they call it here in Duda. I'm not gonna do that. No, thank you. So speaking of adding blocks and widgets, because it's a widget, not a block, it's, you know, the same style as most of these drag and drop interfaces. You have it over here, and then you got widgets, which contain your frequently used up top, which is nice, most popular, and then, you know, you kind of have different categories here, even videos, social. Something that is nice is they do partner with vCity for online scheduling, a little bit different than Calendly, but similar concept. So the nice thing is that you can actually, so let's say that, you know, you're dragging in a text block, and then you're like, oh wait, I want this to be a heading. H1, boom, just like that. Just change it right up. You can do whatever styling you want, add a link, change the colors. It'll actually keep recent colors that you've used. So as you're building each individual website, it'll hold the colors. But one thing that would be nice, I think, is if you could like lock these colors. That way they don't change. You can also change what style font you want to use, which can be dangerous, I think, giving that option so easily right here, because really what you should be doing is going to the Design tab, going to Global Text, and setting your paragraph text, your heading text, all here, so that you don't have to fiddle with changing the size, the text, the color, all of that. You can also do the same for global buttons, so that makes it nice because you can just drag the button in and it's already set up. If you want to have images that automatically have a border or rounded corners, and if you want to have the rows be a specific background color or spacing. So you've got rows and then you've got columns within that. So let's take a peek at this row here. The really cool, this is like my favorite thing about Duda right here, is you could take this and you can say, I really like this. I want to copy it and paste it. What? How crazy is that? You can even do that with little things like that. You right click on it, you say copy, and they give you a whole bunch of other options here too. So if you want to hide an element on a different device, you can do that here. That's how I did the call or get a quote button on the Metro Oregon Painters. You can lock it so that your client cannot edit it. You can say that, oh, actually I was trying to select the column or the row. If you want to add in some animations to, fade in or bounce in, you can change the alignment of it, edit the design. Just a lot of options. You can even go into the CSS, HTML and CSS. I would take a look at their notes just to know what all of these different classes mean, and then also for the CSS there. But yeah, that's pretty sweet. So if you have a row here and you say, you know what, actually, hey, I need another inner row here, or I need to add a row below it, then you can do that there as well. Let's say you want to move the row down. You can do that easily right there. Let's see, I'm gonna try to grab this column. All right, you can actually add an inner row into the column, which is kind of nice. But just like a lot of really good functionality, pretty fast, as far as how heavy a front-end visual editor can be. It's a really pretty snazzy, quick. It saves all the time pretty instantly. Nice thing with clients is you can actually have site comments. So you can actually add your client to the project, and then you can let them add a comment, and they can say, oh, you know what? Tour needs to be a different font. A fancy font. Submit. And then boom, it's connected with that right there. So, and then if you want to say, oh yeah, I've got that done. Submit, and then when it's done, you can hit resolve, and boom. Next up, let's take a look at the e-commerce options that Duda has to offer. So here on my girlfriend's cross-stitching website, she has a store here. So if we go preview, I can kind of show you the quick visual. So she's got kits and PDF patterns. She's mainly on Etsy, but looking to expand her business online, getting more Google shoppers. So she's got kits and PDFs here, and you can easily go in and add it to your bag. And then you can check out using an email, or you can, I believe, maybe there is not an option to create email. But if they enter their email in here, we have the advanced store, which allows us to automatically send a recovery cart emails to them, reminding them that they have a something in their cart. So let's check out the back end of this e-commerce platform, which is actually powered by I can't remember the name of it. something that I guess is used in other platforms as well. It is okay. I finally found it. Ecwid. ECWID. Apparently it's the #1 free and easy e-commerce shopping cart solution. I honestly never heard of it before until I started using Duda. So I don't know what they're talking about. I'm pretty sure maybe Shopify is not free. Anyways, so this is what they use, and it feels like a really weird integration into Duda. So let's just look at the Duda editor on this store here. So here's the summary here for the last 30 days, one order, average order value, all that good stuff. Now, there's these apps in this app marketplace, but it's only for the e-commerce portion of things. And they're all expensive, I feel. And they aren't super helpful. There's not one for Zapier to integrate. I had to do a manual, like really cumbersome, create an account with Ecwid, but like it's not really, it's like using the same credentials as Duda, but yet I have multiple websites on Duda, so it's like, how does it know which one is which? There's a few other like label things, label printers, but not really. I mean, this is like create invoice, packing slips, and labels, but nothing really like cleanly connects to it. I think it would be a good place to have PDFs or digital downloads, things like that. Ashley's been using that for digital downloads, and it seems to be working quite well. Shipping, you can set rates, you can get all fancy, you can even add pickup or local delivery or curbside pickup. So I think that's really nice. You can even say like how far you want to go. They did some really good stuff there. But I don't think that the e-commerce is like the pinnacle of e-commerce. I think it's just a nice to have feature. If you want more powerful options, I think Shopify is better. Now, I will say that they did come with some nice like sales channels, so you can connect to your Facebook page. You can use their mobile app to check out your store, make sure that you have orders and whatnot. You can sell on Instagram, Facebook Messenger, Google Shopping feed. I tried to do this. It was kind of a pain. Google's shopping ads network is like a real pain, so I'm not really going down that rabbit hole. You can connect to Square, which is what we did because Ashley was already using Square. You can sync your inventory with Square, but then you have to upgrade to the unlimited store, which is, I mean, it's already kind of expensive, this plan that we're at here. You can connect to eBay and Amazon. I would look into Ecwid a little bit more if you are planning to really heavily have a shop on your website through Duda, just to make sure that you know what you're getting into. It seems like they have like good tools, good stuff going on. It's expensive. So let's go over the pricing, because I feel it is expensive for what it is to offer. So if you want just one website, it's $14 a month. Or if you want one website with extra, email and chat support and phone support, not just email support, then you have to pay for the team access, and you also then get a little bit white brand going on. If you really want to scale things up, then you would do the agency model at $74 a month with 8 websites included. Now, none of these include e-commerce if you want e-commerce, and this is the annual rate if you want to save 25%. If you go the monthly rate, it gets a little bit more expensive. And something I will say about this emails and chats and phone support, I'm pretty sure I'm on the team plan, and I couldn't find a phone number anywhere to call. The email took forever. I couldn't find a chat. It was really hard to even find where to email them when I had an issue with connecting the e-commerce store to ShipStation, and even then I still had to be the one to figure out the solution, just because I got creative with Zapier. So then you can go through and compare all the plans. I mean, it's pretty much got everything either way. The main thing is you can't add team members on the solo, and you cannot add any team assets, and no client management, no white labeling. So you won't have any of that fancy stuff, and you won't get access to instant websites, which it looks like you can use existing data and it'll formulate a site. You can also do an export, so if your client decides to take their website with them and create their own Duda site, or if they want to just have the CSS, HTML, and JavaScript on their server running, they could kind of run a risk that way, and maybe it'll be a little bit cheaper. But again, you have to have the agency model to get that. Also, if you want to build widgets, you can do that as well with the upgraded plan. But if you want to add e-commerce to any site, then it's going to be $7 to $39 a month, depending on how many products. And really, you need to look into the finer details here, because you won't be able to use the app under the cheapest option. You won't have automatic tax calculations if you go with the cheapest option. You can only do 100 megabytes of e-goods, digital downloads. You don't get access to Amazon or remarketing with Google Analytics, shopping feeds, Square POS is Square POS. This is syncing option. You have to have the upgraded plan. However, you can use your Square account to run the credit cards at no additional charge, which is what we're doing right now. So all in all, it's fairly expensive. The best thing that it has going for it is that it's super fast to build a website. The page speed, load time is pretty awesome. They host all of their websites on AWS servers. They seem to do a pretty good job keeping the speed in the A category range for GT metrics. Only occasionally I've seen it drop below that, and usually it's a matter of me having to adjust the image size that I uploaded or something like that. So let's see here, 3.7 seconds. It wants me to defer the parsing of JavaScript and serve some scaled images. But not too shabby. I've seen worse. The page speed, page size is pretty low. Let's also check out this page is a little bit larger. It also has a YouTube video on it. So I can't remember how good it is. Yeah. Dang, dude. I need to work on that. I think that's the video. JavaScript, yep, YouTube. Oh well. Gonna be rebuilding my site on Squarespace anyways. So, is Duda right for you? Let me know down below if it looked like something that would be of interest to you, if it's something that your team or yourself could use to scale up your website production, try to get more websites done in a faster period of time. I encourage you to check it out. You can get started for free and build something out, see if it works. I would read some of their testimonials and their customer stories. You can see quite a lot of agencies are going with Duda. Personally, we are no longer going to go down the road with Duda. We are actually going to go all in on Squarespace, just because it's slightly more cost effective, simpler for a client to pick up, and everything is just a little bit cleaner, whereas Duda kind of has this like cartoony feel to it. It doesn't feel quite as elegant and sophisticated as Squarespace does, which it's kind of like Apple versus Windows. You've got two different options there, but you really have a lot of options. Let me know what website builder you like down below. Which one can you not get by without? Maybe you are on the bandwagon of WordPress, which, hey, WordPress has a great following, lots of good things going on there. But let me know if you use Duda down below, or if you found it interesting. Be sure to like it if you found it helpful, and subscribe to see more reviews on website builders as the weeks go on. All right, peace.